Now, for more on this story, we're joined now by Ahmet Uysal. He's the director of the Center for Iranian Studies in Ankara. Thank you very much, first of all, Ahmet, for joining us on the program today. Now, this is the first attack in Iran in more than a decade, I believe. How has Iran avoided attacks from Daesh, considering it's one of the countries that's involved in the conflict in Syria?
Iran is supposedly proud of being a secure country. They make propaganda on this. They say we are free of terror. And that's why also to keep the terror they are fighting, they said they are fighting outside Iran, in Syria, in Yemen, in Iraq, in other places. But this is a big blow to their mainstream or their traditional discourse, also their traditional policies, which is a major blow to the security apparatus, which is parliament is well protected, and this is a first of its kind, and it's going to be a major blow to Iranian discourse, also policies toward the terror, and it's going to affect also the regional dynamics. I think Iran is probably, they are saying ISIS, ISIS claimed the responsibility, but it can be other organizations as well.
We did have a guest earlier on our show. Sorry, I'll just interrupt you there if you don't mind. Apologies, Mohammed. I'll just interrupt you there. We did have another guest on our show mentioned that there are suspicions from Iran that Saudi Arabia could be behind these attacks. What do you say to that?
Yeah, they always claim Saudi Arabia and ISIS. They sometimes claim other countries also. But Saudis are the main enemy for Iran, and vice versa also. For Saudis, Iran is the main enemy. And I think I see a new round of creative chaos in the region that we see after the Arab Spring that killed Arab democracies, or the hopes for Arab democracies, by sectarian violence, which Iran and some Gulf countries were part of it. Now we see the second round of this crisis that keeps the conflicts going in the region. By sometimes they opened the space for Iran previously. Now they maybe Trump, after the Trump visit, they are supporting Saudi Arabia take a bolder step toward Qatar and toward Iran and maybe other countries also. So this is the perpetuation of the conflict in the region, which doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the people of the region, but it helps some other lobbies and arms lobby, etc., which is feeding on these conflicts, and especially the U.S. support for the PYD as a terrorist group or the offshoot for PKK.
If I can just interrupt you again there, Mohammed, I'm just not quite clear which conflict you're actually referring to in regards to this terrorist attack, because if Daesh have claimed responsibility, they have done so. It seems like, from what a lot of people have said to me, that this is not so much a religious attack, but a political attack. So in your view, in regards to the crisis that you referred to, which crisis in the Middle East, and what part of the politics does this attack reflect?
I see it. I see a wider conflict. I see a wider conflict in the region, which is, this terror attacks, Iran is going to see it as a Saudi action, and it's going to retaliate to Saudi targets probably. So I see it is above the ISIS. The claim of ISIS sometimes claims, many other operations which has nothing to do with that. Iran at least sees it as a Saudi and a broader conflict or broader conspiracy against it. So it's going to react based on these premises or these ideas that Saudis are behind of the attack. And I think the conflict that we see in Yemen, in Syria, especially between Arabs, and sectarian conflict, and between Iran and Arab countries, is going to escalate after this event. I see it as a region in a conflict overall, and these terror attacks also are part of this major conflictual region.